Hey, hi my paper crafting friends. Just a moment, I gotta close my door, forgot. And of course, Pearl is barking. Oh, goodness sakes. Anyway, hello everybody. My name is Dawn Bourgette, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator who's pretty much addicted to stamps, ink, and paper, and I'm glad to share some creativity with you every Sunday crafternoon. So it's almost 1 o'clock. I think I jumped on here just a tad early. I'm gonna make sure I'm where I need to be. Today is October the 20th already. Isn't that crazy? So today we're gonna do something a little bit different, and I hope that you're looking forward to it as much as I am. And I'm gonna adjust things here just a little bit. Since Facebook won't let me do what I want to do with my camera, I need to manipulate things here. Just a tad. Oh my goodness. And I'm such a perfectionist anyway, which does not help the situation at all. The less junk that you can see, the better you are. Trust me. Because when I do a live, things explode around here, around my table. You just don't see it. Oh my gosh, that's getting worse. More worser. Like, what the heck? Okay, we're going to go this way a little bit. All right. Anyway, as you jump on, and I'm getting you dizzy with all the movement, go ahead and say hello. Let me know where you're viewing from. Hey, Lori. Hi. Happy Sunday crafternoon. It's good to see you. Good to see you. I'm hoping things won't blow around. All of a sudden, I got a little flash going on. I'm like, woo, it's warm in here. So I just opened up my window, and it's a little breezy. But boy, it feels good. And it's hard to believe. I'm in Michigan, along the Lake Michigan coastline. I'm going to use the hand map. I know, real sad, but it's what we do as Michiganders. So I'm very close to Lake Michigan, and it's always, I don't know, kind of a shooting the breeze, so to speak, on what our weather is going to be. But I tell you, the weather's been beautiful. Yesterday, we took a ride on our side-by-side, an all-day ride. We went up north, which I thought would be cooler, and it really wasn't. It was a beautiful day for October. We've really been lucking out, for sure. It was also a very dirty ride. I think I'm still getting dirt out of my ears and every crevice. Anyway, I'm glad you guys are here. The sun is coming out. It makes me happy. The nice breeze in my window. We are set to do some crafting today. So, of course, if you haven't already, I invite you to be a part of my newsletter. There's a QR code. If you've never used one of these before, it is really easy. Hey, Beth. Hi. Happy Sunday crafternoon. So go ahead and just open the camera on your phone. Point it towards this QR code. You'll see a link that appears right on your screen. Go ahead and tap on it, and it will take you right where you need to go. It takes about, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds to do. It's really super easy. It's one of the few things technology-wise that I have figured out all on my own without pulling my hair out. So anyway, I'd love to have you join us there. And I keep track of everything with either here at the chalet and with things with Stampin' Up! To help you keep track of things as well. And before I forget, this is the October host code. So if you see anything that you would like to grab up, you'll get a free class packet in the mail to you with a $45 minimum order at my online store. So you'll have to order by this Friday to get this week's cards that we're making today. So just remember that, order by Friday, $45 minimum, $50 minimum. Also, I will include an embellishment in your packet, class packet as well. All right, let's go on with some other things that we're doing around here. As far as social media, you can find me at all of the places. Of course, we have our community on Facebook. So if you haven't joined my Facebook community, go ahead and do so. Right now, you're on my page. So you're viewing on my Facebook page, which is like a business page or my virtual store, so to speak. Also, on my YouTube channel, if you haven't done so already, I'm trying super, super hard to at least reach the 1K. So if you know of anybody at all, any of your crafty friends that would enjoy the content that I provide, please help guide them there. Share the link And the more the merrier. I'm getting closer, you guys. I'm almost to 800, which is really incredible because I've over doubled what I started, actually over that. Yeah, because I think I only had maybe 200 people when I started these, because I've numbered my lives. And we're on number 154 today, I believe. So since then, I've grown up to, I think, almost 800 subscribers now, which is pretty exciting. So if you can help me out, go ahead and share it. Let people know about it. I love that, because the best recommendation is always through your friends, right? I truly believe that, because they're the ones that you trust the most. Also, my blog. So this is going to be really important this week. With what we're doing today, I've put measurements for each card on my blog. So just go to dawnscreatorchalet.com about a half hour after I've said goodbye here, and it will all be there. So in case you guys want to duplicate this, because this is going to be very duplicatable, not only for what I'm working with today, but for a lot of non-directional designer series paper. And it can be for any occasion. It's really cool. And I think I might have done this particular OSW, as I call it, once before, and I'll explain more about that in just a minute. You guys might have a pretty good idea what we're doing today already. I'm not sure. Let's see, what else? Oh, and of course, I've already told you about my online store and Pinterest. Of course, we all love Pinterest, right? As far as upcoming events here at the chalet, I have my upcoming Reindeer Days of Fun product class. That has unfortunately already been closed as far as signups go, because I had to order all the goodies for it, but that is coming up this Thursday. Also, I wanted to let you guys know about something this next Sunday. I'm going to be across the state of Michigan over in Mount Pleasant this next weekend. It's hard to believe that that's coming up too. And I'm helping a really good friend of mine. She's also a demonstrator with a team retreat. And I'm doing a project, a class for them as well. So with that being said, I will be heading back. This is going to be kind of a weird couple weeks. I head back on Sunday, but I'm really not sure what time. So I'm going to get a feel for what's going on and see what's happening, basically, and how I'm going to be able to manage to be here. And the next couple weeks are going to be a little complicated, because I'm also going down to Florida right after I get home from this coming weekend to go see my dad and help him out with some things. I haven't seen him in quite a while, and it's overdue. And so I need to take some time to go see him as well. You guys, you get it. But, and he's 80 now. So there's a lot of things that he thinks that he can do, but he really can't. So I really want to get down there and help him with some stuff. So the next couple weeks after today, it may be touch and go, but I'll let you guys know as far as what I'm up to. So you're not here waiting for me and then I don't show. I don't like to be like that, but I also know I have some things I really need to get done. Let's see, what else is going on in October here? The Kids Collection. Okay, so the Kids Collection right now is on sale for 30% off. If you haven't done so already, make sure to grab them up. It's not including Paper Pumpkin. Paper Pumpkin is more of a subscription-based. Hey, Debbie. Hello, my teamie. How are you? It's good to see you. Happy Sunday afternoon. So yeah, these kits are up to 30% off. So if you guys haven't already, these make great gifts. And it's not just the Christmas stuff. It's like the entire line of the kits collection. So if you go to my online store, dawnscreatorchalet.stampinup.net, and click on kits collection, you're going to see all of them marked down in price. So it's a really good time to either collect for yourself. Hello, Kristen. Happy Sunday afternoon. Collect for yourself, collect for your friends, maybe some Christmas gifts. There's some great kits as far as home decor. Also, things like birthday card kits. I think there's several at least 2 that I know of offhand. There's even things for kids to do. So if you're going to have the kids off during the Christmas holiday or grandkids and looking for something to do with them, kits are a great thing. They're very simple for the beginner level, but I love them as being I consider myself an advanced crafter. I've been crafting since the 80s. I know that dates me. That's when I was in high school. I loved art class. So I've always been artsy fartsy. But anyway, nonetheless, the ages from 5 on up to 105 could do these kits, basically, is what I'm trying to say. So anyway, check that out, 30% off on the kits. And also we have our special going on with the starter kit. Now, you guys, if you are not already a demonstrator, this is a great time to think about purchasing this kit. It really, truly is. You're getting some free shipping on it. You're getting an extra $56 of product that you get to choose. It's all customizable. Why wouldn't you? They're also going to throw in a paper pumpkin kit, and they're going to give you some catalogs as well. So if you do want to share it with your friends, you may. If not, that's okay too. There's nothing saying that you have to do this as a business whatsoever. However, if you're purchasing product, which I know you are, I see your orders, then why wouldn't you? Because then you'll get a discount on all your orders. You can work on your wish list that you have, put what you can into your kit, and then from there, continue to order for yourself and receive a 20 to 25% discount on every order. And just know that this is like a trial run being a demonstrator right on through Celebration, actually through the end of March of 2025, to see if you like it. Why wouldn't you? And on top of that, you guys will be able to also be a part of what we call pre-order. As demonstrators, we get to order products a month early. I love that. That was it still is one of the biggest perks that I have found that I've loved being a demonstrator, that I get first pick. Okay, I'm going to sound a little greedy, but it's true. Anyway, so if you have any questions about that, let me know. It's an awesome deal, and I can't shout it from the rooftop enough. And I know some people are a little scared of it. Trust me, I was too. In fact, I was asked at least a half a dozen times to join before I actually did, because I just didn't know. I was silly. I was buying a heck of a lot of product. I'm going to say a really lot of product before I even gave myself a discount. Now I look back on it, I could kick myself in the booty. But anyway, I digress. So let's see, what else is happening here? Oh, Starbucks, Sip and Stamp. The next one is on Friday, November 1st. We're going to do Christmas cards. In fact, I think what we're going to do, I'll show you. Paper pumpkin. So if you want this is the October kit. If you want the November kit, you'll need to sign up by the 10th of November to get the November kit. And it is going to be stinking cute from what I can see. In fact, let me show you guys real quick. That right there. Look at those cute little stockings. Oh my gosh. I've already got on my little subscription that I'm getting 2 boxes. I want those buggers. Those are going to be the cutest things. I'm hoping to get them in time, of course, that I can play with them a bit and have them as part of my display at the vendor show. Well, I guess crafty vendor event that's going to be just up the road from me, by the way. And that, I believe, is Saturday, November 23rd. And I will be at Mason County Reformed Church in Scottville. I'm not sure if that's actually Scottville or Ludington address. Anyway, nonetheless, I will be there. I'll have a lot of little gifty things, very reasonably priced, little teacher gifts, stocking stuffers, things like that. I've been working on that stuff for a while already. So make sure to stop by and say hello. I believe it'll start on the 23rd of November at 9 a.m. to like 3 p.m., something like that. As it gets closer, I get more details. I'll let you know. I need to get something social media like on there about it. So anyway, So the Paper Pumpkin Kit, this is the stamp set. I know the other day I posted the printable. For those of you who are a member of Paper Pumpkin, it's a subscription-based kit. So these are not on sale, just to mention again. But every time I get the email, I always print this, and I order the cases. We have the cases in our annual catalog, and they're a set of 4. I don't remember how much they are, but they're very reasonably priced. And then I print this off, and then I put this on my shelf, because then I can see my stamp set and stuff. I don't know. I'm just crazy weird about being organized. And I love that they give us this printout so we can see all the stamps in the stamp set that we get, which, by the way, are exclusive to Paper Pumpkin. And for October's kit, we have Shaded Spruce as our stamp spot. And then they've given us some double-sided thicker tape, which I think is pretty cool. And they also give us my very favorite thing ever, dimensionals. Gotta love the dimensionals. And then the cards, I put one of each together this morning since I got my wake-up call at 8:30 from my dad. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so here's one of the cards. I think it's really cool. Isn't that pretty? And of course, you guys may recognize some of this stuff. It coordinates with the Ness of Winter, which is in the Holiday Mini Catalog. And check out these beautiful envelopes. That's foil around the edge. Isn't that pretty? So here I was on a tangent here from talking about Starbucks, but I believe since I got 2 kits, we're going to be doing these for the November make and take at Starbucks. And here's another, and check this out again, the pretty envelope, even on the back side on the flap. And then this one opens up like this. Isn't that cool? And this is foil too. Isn't that pretty? Love it. It is so, so pretty. So anyway, you'll want to join me at Starbucks on November the 1st, noon until 2 p.m., because I believe we're going to be doing Christmas cards, because I got 2 of these kits. Yay! I get the kits, you guys benefit, right? Oops, I was going to put all this other stuff in there too. We'll figure that out later. Okay, and then what else is coming up here? Along with Starbucks, like I said, for the November kit, you'll want to sign up by the 10th with Paper Pumpkin. Going into November, along with Starbucks. I know, right? I get so excited. I talk so fast. And then it's like, Dawn, slow down. Creative card class is coming up in November on the 14th. I have 10 o'clock, 1 o'clock, or 6:30 available. It's $30 or free with a minimum order during the class. And then, let's see. Oh, we have the wine ornament crafting over at Love Wines. So if you guys haven't already, I have just a couple spots left available. Make sure to contact me directly. In fact, your best bet is to be signed up for my email, because there's a link to go ahead and register right from the link. And I'm going to ask that it is a prepay thing. We're using kits, and I don't want to over purchase or under purchase on kits. Let's see here. So anyway, the link is there. It will have you prepay with PayPal. And you'll need to do so by the 30th of October. No later than the 30th. That's the last day that I will take RSVPs. And that, again, is at Love Wines Winery in Ludington, right on Washington Avenue. They have some cool seating inside. And also, if you want, you can sample some wines. And of course, I'm encouraging that you purchase wine while you're there as well. And then that way, the wine charms that you make, you could put on the bottles and have some of your holiday shopping all set, which is kind of fun. And then as we get into the latter part of November, we have the Snowy Scenes of Wonder product-based class. And then into that weekend, of course, is the Christmas shop over at Mason County Reformed Church. So along with traveling in between here a few different times, I'm going to be kind of busy, which I like. I'm not complaining in the least. It's just this time of the year for me, it's just like, yikes, everything's happening at once. So I've already told you about the Christmas shop, so we're good there. And I've told you about Paper Pumpkin, and make sure to get those cute little stockings. I think these would be also great gifts for your neighbors to hang on their doors, or I don't know. I know we can't stick things in mailboxes, but wouldn't that be cute to hang it on someone's doorknob? To say, hey, Merry Christmas, and put a couple little goodies in there, little candy canes, that type of thing. Anyway, my mind just goes wild when I start thinking, what can I do with these? All right. Whew, that was a lot of stuff. So let's get to the fun stuff. First of all, what we're going to use today is the Snowy Scenes 12 by 12 designer paper. There's some patterns in here that I call non-directional. See where this is going a specific direction. What we're going to use today is this one because it's a non-directional. I decided to also use this pattern today along with the candy canes because this is non-directional. It's just going every which way. So I'm sure you could probably use directional DSP, but it would take some thinking, which I wasn't ready to do. So non-directional is my way to go. So anyway, this is what we're using today, but just realize that you'll be able to use any non-directional designer series paper. And also, just to remind you guys, I do have a list of the supplies available. It'll be right above this live once we're done, because then I can go ahead and include the link. But it'll be a clickable link where you can go ahead and, if you're curious about all the supplies that we use today, this is the supply list. You'll also find it on YouTube once I load our live. Today is a replay onto YouTube, so you'll have all the supplies that we've used today. And let's see here. Once again, just to remind you, going to my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com, you'll find the pictures of the projects that we've done today. Then underneath each card, you'll find all of the measurements. So if you don't get them while you're watching, don't worry about it. It's all good. I got you covered. They're all available on my blog, and that will be posted about a half hour-ish after we're done here. Okay, because there's going to be a few measurements. We'll just put it that way. The main part of it is really simplified, but as you want to layer, which you don't have to do, and I'll explain that in a couple minutes, but what you're going to want is a piece of 6x6 designer series paper. So if you have a pack of 6x6 paper, it's non-directional, you can go ahead. This is a great way to use up some of your designer series paper. I'm going to bring my trimmer over. Ooh, I'm getting quite the glare, aren't I? I'm not sure if that's distracting to you guys. Just a sec. Let me do something here. Possibly. All right. We need to filter that light just a little bit. There we go. I think that will be better. Okay. Anyway, this is a 6x6 piece of designer series paper. It's from a 12 by 12 piece. I just cut it down. The first thing that we're going to do, ooh, look how dirty that is. Do you guys get grunge all over your trimmer like I do? I think I have to clean it every couple weeks. And it's adhesives. I don't know. Squirrel. Okay. 6x6 piece of paper. We're going to cut it at 3 inches. All right. Then we're going to turn it horizontally, and we're going to cut it again at 3 inches. We're going to set this 3x3 square aside. The next thing we're going to do, I'm going to take one of these and let's see here. Where did my little cheater go? Oh, there it is, right in front of my face. Okie dokie. The next thing we're going to do, I want to see, okay, is this one here. We're going to cut 1x3 inch rectangles. So we're going to do 2 cuts on this piece of 3x3. On our trimmers, you can see where there's a 1 inch and it goes to 1.5 inch on this side, which sometimes is easier when you're cutting smaller pieces. So I'm going to go by this side of our paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut it at 1 inch. And again, at 1 inch. Now with this 6x6 piece of paper, what we're going to do is we're going to make 3 cards. And then what I'm going to try to do is keep these together. So I'm going to layer them like this, like 1, 2, 3. Doesn't have to be, but I think it just looks kind of cute when you do it that way. So that's going to be for another card. And then I'm going to take the other half of this, which is 3x6, and we're going to also cut it in, let's see here. How did I want to do this? I lost my train of thought. Isn't that crazy? Okay. I'm going to cut it again. So now we have 2 3x3 squares. And then I'm going to cut this down even further. We're going to make 4 little baby squares out of this. So a half of 3 is 1.5. So I've measured 1.5 on this side. And then I'm going to go ahead and again, pile them together, the 2 of them, and cut at 1.5. That's going to be another card. And then for the last square of 3x3, I'm going to take this corner and match it to my, I call it the gutter. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and diagonally cut and matching both corners to the gutter of my paper trimmer and slice it. And there you have it. One sheet wonder. So we're going to make 4 cards out of a piece of 6x6. Now just know that I'm doing some extra layering on these cards, and the layering measurements will be on my blog. Because like I said, there's a few extra cuts and things, and I've chosen 3, I think it's 3 different colors of cardstock. I'm going to use Garden Green, Poppy Parade, Whisper White, which I don't really consider a color, and then also going to use Petal Pink. So 3 different colors of cardstock that I'm drawing from the DSP that we're using today, plus white. Oh, and then also, just to show you guys as well, I know I need to get in the habit of this. Sometimes I forget. So we're using Snowy Wonder. I'm going to use the Season's Greetings sentiment, I believe, on all 4 cards. It's really cute. And I'm also going to use the Stylish Shapes, which I believe it's the larger dovetail on both ends. This one, Stylish Shapes. Love this. You guys know this is one of my go-tos every single week. And then also with this Christmas labels bundle, what I wanted to do is use, I'll show you the dies. Whoa, and they're falling out because I never used a magnetic sheet with these. But I used both this die, I believe, and this die from Christmas labels. So if you're looking at that going, where did she get that die? And again, if you have any questions, just look at the supply list and you'll find everything there. I think, no, as I say, I think there was one thing that I forgot, but I don't think there was. I talk in circles sometimes, don't mind me. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. All of these little pieces. So these little strips that you're going to see me add to the inside of the card, they're just strips of designer paper, lots of scraps, because I don't know, like, if you guys get accumulation of scraps like I do, and I'm always looking for a way to use up scraps, so I put it on the inside of my card here, just to kind of, I don't know, dress it up a little more. Anywho, let's go ahead and dive in with some measurements. This is the fun part. And where did my, oh, right here. Okay. So the base is Garden Green. This is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. My inside piece, I call it my little liner for the inside of the card, so you don't have invisible ink trying to write a note on dark cardstock. This is a piece of white, basic white. Oh, it's okay, Kristen. No worries. I know you got to be busy today, too. Are you still getting dirt out of your ears like I am? Kristen and I wrote together yesterday. Oh, my gosh. It was crazy. It was fun, though. It was a beautiful day. Anyway, this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. This is a piece of 1/2 by 4. And again, like I said, it's just scrap paper that I had on hand. And I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and use that up. I'm going to go ahead and take off one layer of clothing because I am all of a sudden roasting. Oh my gosh. Okay. It's the diving into crafting, right? It's warming me up. This is a piece of Poppy Parade. I love this color, and I don't use it often, but because it was one of the colors that they used in the designer paper, I wanted to draw out the color from the paper. This is also cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm using multi-purpose glue that I've put into a little squirty bottle. Don't you love the names for things that I have? Oh my goodness sakes. Anyway, it has a smaller tip on it. I know I've gone through this with you guys who have watched many a times, but in case we have somebody new and they're wondering what kind of glue I'm using, it is green glue, multi-purpose liquid glue. Okay, this is a piece of 2 by 5 1/4, and we're just going to put it in the middle-ish. Middle-ish. Don't you like how I do that? Middle-ish. And then this is a piece of garden green, cut at 3 1/4. No, 3 1/8. I'm sorry. There was a smaller edging around this. 3 1/8 by 3 1/8. We're going to take our 3-inch square that we cut and we're going to layer it together. Again, using multi-purpose glue. I like the fact, now that I've gotten used to the multi-purpose liquid glue and that it doesn't come out as fast as the actual container that it does come in, that I have more control with it, and I'm actually loving the green glue. I know, write that down in the history book. Dawn said she loves green glue. Because for a long time, I had like a love-hate relationship with that stuff, seriously. And it's not that it's not great glue. It's a great adhesive, but I always would get it all over me. All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pop this up with dimensionals. And peel these little puppies off. And then we're going to center this in the middle of the card front. Whoops, this little guy does not want to break away. Come on. There we go. Do you talk to your things? Like I talk to my dimensionals all the time. Come on, cooperate with me. Now, if you really wanted to go over the top with this card, hey, Mary Jo, happy Sunday crafternoon. You could always go ahead and emboss with one of your 3D embossing folders and really go all out. But I figured I was doing enough layers with you guys that this was going to be enough. It was going to be plenty. But, you know, there's some of you that are the over the top, you know, overachievers. We're going to use Poppy Parade ink on this particular card. And again, this die is from Christmas Labels. Had to think about that there. Okay. And there we are. With it being a photopolymer stamp set, I love the fact that I can see through the stamp and make sure I'm stamping right where I want to, or at least where I intend to. Maybe I should say that. Sometimes I still make mistakes. All right. Whoops. My stamp fell right off the block. I was cleaning them so aggressively. Poor thing. All right. And I had cut an extra just in case I had a boo-boo. But hey, we're good. I like this. We're on a roll. I'm going to go ahead and attach this with a couple of dimensionals. And this will be card number 1 with our one sheet wonder. There you go. What do you guys think of that one? Kind of cute. I love this designer series paper. I think it is so much fun. All right, let's go on to card number 2, which is this one right here. I'm going to grab my little cheat sheet off the back here so I can give you guys those basic measurements. Now, just a little helpful tip. I don't know if it's helpful, but anyway, I wanted to use some of this really cute pom-pom ribbon because it kind of goes with the whole suite. And honestly, there's a little bit of pool party that's in the background of this designer series paper. Now, what you could do if you didn't want to use ribbon, you could also use strips of cardstock or a different strip that coordinates with the paper that you've used for your focal points. That's up to you. There's lots of options. So let's get out our bits and bobbles. Let's see. I'm trying to figure out where I'm putting all this stuff. My table is covered. It looks tidy, but really it's not. I just let the cat out of the bag. All right. So first of all, we have our card base, which is garden green, cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. The inside piece, once again, basic white, cut at 4 by 5 1/4. Using my green glue, that's not green. I always have to laugh at that. I always have to, that green glue that's not green. Okay, then we have this layer. Now I'm not going to put this layer onto the card. And if I start to attempt to do that, before I put my ribbon on, holler at me and say, yo, stop. Anyway, this is 4 by 5 1/4. This is basic white. And then the Poppy Parade is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. We're going to layer these two together. And then we will attach the ribbon in place. This is also when, if you decided not to use ribbon and use either designer series paper or other color of cardstock to go across, you'd want to do that before you continue on with the card. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my seal and I'm going to put a couple of strips on either end of adhesive with my seal. And then I'm going to grab these pieces of ribbon. I think I cut them at about, I don't know, 5.5-ish. I was a little overzealous with it, but you know, there's me. I'm always extreme. And then I'm just going to go to the back and attach it. It's that easy. But I love this pom-pom ribbon. I think it's so cute. And I hate to not use it. So, and I'm going to put them towards the bottom part, like the last third of the card, if that makes sense. You could put them right in the middle if you like that look better. There's no right or wrong way, right? There isn't. We're stamping, we're creating, and there is no wrong way. And then what you'll want to do is go ahead and attach it. I'm going to go ahead and use, because this is a little bulky, and I want to make sure it doesn't look kind of goofy on the other side. So I'm going to use dimensionals to put this layer onto my card base. So while I'm sticking this stuff together, you guys tell me, what did you do this weekend? That's more important. What did you do this weekend that was fun? I know the weather, like I said, it was beautiful. Let's see here. We're going to go ahead and center that on the card, just like so. And then we're taking our 1 by 3 inch strips. So this was the second piece that we cut down. And then I have 3 pieces excuse me, of garden green. And these are cut at, let's see here, 1 1/8 by 3 1/8. And you'll need 3 of these because we have 3 little strips of the paper. So we're going to layer them on. Goodness sakes, what the heck is wrong with me this morning? I think I have dirt in my lungs, dirt in my nose. I was gonna, that looks kind of about right-ish, doesn't it? Let's say lining them up. I did line them up perfectly in this one, but if you don't, or if you don't want to, that's fine too, because of course, this is your card. I call that good. That's good enough. So we're gonna go ahead and layer these 1 by 3 pieces onto the garden green, which is 1 1/8 by 3 1/8. And I know I'm repeating myself, but it's okay. Did I say the reason why I do like this green glue? other than, of course, it's a great adhesive, is it gives you a couple of seconds leeway in case you do need to reposition your paper. Whereas with seal, once it's down, it's pretty much stuck. So if you've made a boo-boo, you're kind of like, oopsie. Okay, this is another strip that I had, so I'm just going to stick it inside my card. This I cut down, I think it was 1/4 inch by 4. And again, I'm just going to put on the inside. Just want to use up those scraps. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick these on. Again, this ribbon is a little bulky, so I'm going to use dimensionals to make up for that bulk. And I'm just going to put one on either end. That way, this is free of bulk in the middle where the ribbon is, if that makes sense. And then this one here. Goodness sakes. I even brought some water with me here because I thought, you know what? I'm not going to get through this if I don't. All right. And then before I actually push them down, I'm just going to go ahead and see where I want them. This way, you have a little room to play before you actually make the commitment, right? All right, so about there, and we're going to go about, yeah, that looks good. Well, not really. Let me move this over just a tad. There we are. And yeah, that looks better. All right, I've made the commitment. They're squashed. And then I cut a couple of these out. Again, this is from the Christmas labels. And we're going to use Garden Green ink this time. Ink that up. Center it. Looks good. Perfection. Love it. And then I'm going to go ahead and just adhere this. I don't think I put, no, I didn't. I don't think I put dimensionals on that because otherwise the post office won't like us very much because it'll be way too thick. But there you go. That is card number 2. And if you wanted to bling it up, you could. I know it's crazy. I didn't use any bling blings on this stuff, but not this time. All right, you guys ready for card number 3? How many of you guys do one-sheet wonders? I was actually looking into some 12 by 12 one-sheet wonders with card making and also with scrapbooking, because now we have our new scrapbooking line, which is pretty amazing. So I don't know. I've been kind of venturing and thinking about doing that, for lives. So you guys let me know what your thoughts are on that. This is Petal Pink. It is cut at 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then I have my piece of basic white, which is 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead and put this inside, get it right out of our way. It's the liner for our card. And then I do have a strip. I think this is like really cut big. I think this is 3/4 inch by 4. Again, just wanting to use up all the scraps. That's what this is all about too. Use up the stuff. We buy it, we might as well use it. There we go. All right. So we have a piece of the designer paper. That's the back of it. That looks familiar, doesn't it? Excuse me. This is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. We're going to go ahead and just put this right on down as our first layer on our one-sheet wonder. There we go. And then we have a lot of other little pieces here because I was really going to town on the layers here. So the first layer is a square of Poppy Parade. Oops, I forgot my cheat sheet. There we go. I was lost without it. Poppy Parade, 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 square. And then we have the Petal Pink. This is 3.5 by 3.5 inch square. And then we also have, oh, I know what I did. I was debating on which color to use, but I decided on the Poppy Parade, just like I did on the sample here. And then what I did is I took a 3.25 by 3.25 square, excuse me, and I cut it down into 4 smaller squares. And then we're going to use these 4 smaller squares that we cut from our 3 by 3 piece, and we're going to layer them onto the smaller squares. And then I've also cut a piece of the basic white. This is the stylish shapes for our sentiment. All right, let's go ahead and put these little guys together. I love One Sheet Wonders too, Kristen. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's just like I feel accomplished, like I got the most out of a piece of designer paper, right? It just, I don't know, it's something about it. It's just a feel-good thing for me. All right, now before we're going to attach this down, I'm going to wait. And let's go ahead and get these smaller squares together. It's like a little puzzle here. So there's only about 1/8 of an inch is what I was going for because of the thickness of this square already with the 2 layers. Hello, Miss Nancy, one of my teamies. How are you? Happy Sunday crafternoon to you in California. All right, and then can you guys hear the rooster? I have my window open so I can really hear it. So our neighbors have a rooster along with their chickens, ducks, bunnies. We have like a zoo going here. Okay. I believe those go together. Do, 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 do. One of these things goes like the other. Remember that? What is that from? Sesame Street? That? Oh, that's scary. Anyway. I don't know. I guess if they don't match, it's not a really big deal, right? Maybe like that. Maybe like that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and I'm going to take this big square and we are going, oh my gosh, me and my fake nails, I cannot pick things up, I tell ya. And we're going to go ahead and center them-ish on this piece of paper. And like that. Okay. Anyway, and then I'm going to go ahead and glue them down. Just like so. And you know, if you wanted to do this One Sheet Wonder, you could do it without all the extra layers and make it much simpler. I just thought it was a lot of fun just to add some more stuff, right? Because I need to use up my paper. All right, I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. And like I said, just a reminder, I know I'm repeating myself again, but to get all these additional measurements for all the cardstock pieces, make sure to go to my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. If you would like to get the card kit, excuse me, mailed to you, place a $45 minimum order at my online store, and I'll make sure to send you all the bits and pieces. The only thing I'm not permitted to send you is the stamped images, but I'm sure you guys have, whether it's this particular stamp set, Snowy Wonder, or just another sentiment that you have in your stash, would work just as well. And again, the sentiment that I'm using is from Snowy Wonder. Whoops, there's actually 2 of them there. I cut out 2 just in case of a mishap, because I know me very well. All right, that actually came out really good. I'm impressed. All right, and again, we're going to go ahead and attach this with dimensionals. Whoops, forgot one. And attach this one just like so. That's card number 3 of our 4 cards with a 1 Sheet Wonder. Isn't that cute? And then our very last card, home stretch. We're doing pretty good on time. All right. So for this card, I'm using the Poppy Parade as a card base, cut at 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I have a piece of basic white, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4 for the liner on the inside of our card. And I also cut a scrap of the candy cane paper, and I believe this is 1/2 by 4, and this is going to go on the inside just because I think it's cute, just like that. Then we have a piece of the Designer Series paper. Isn't that cute too? I really like this side. Those little houses make me happy. But we're going to use the candy canes, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then I have a base for the focal point, and this is petal pink, and this is cut at 3 3/4 by 3 3/4. And then we have this rectangle, this square. Oh my goodness. I think I must have dirt in my brain or something this morning. It's everywhere else. Why not there too? But anyway, this is a piece of garden green. It is cut at 3.5 by 3.5. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my paper trimmer, and we're going to cut this square because I want to use this piece to mount these 2 rectangles together, or triangles. Oh my gosh, seriously, Dawn, these really are triangles, and I do believe that. I'm just not thinking clearly. Anyway, we're going to do the same that we did with the square, the 3 by 3 square, cutting these into triangles. Good grief, you guys are like, is she cuckoo? It was a long day yesterday, obviously. And if you guys didn't catch it, we went riding in our side-by-side. I think we put on 100 miles in that little thing on trails that are bumpy and all that fun stuff. So I'm a little sore today, and obviously a little hoarse because I inhaled too much dust. And it's been really dry in Michigan, so that doesn't help. But it was a beautiful day, and I can't complain. Anyway, so we're going to take this piece. I'm going to cut it diagonally. So this little gutter, as I call it, in my paper trimmer, I'm going to line up corner to corner. I hope you guys can see that. All right, corner to corner. And then slice and dice. And then you have 2 triangles. They're not rectangles. And then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to adhere them to the garden green base. 108 miles. Yeah. Oh, so okay. Hey, there you go, Kristen. So it was 108 miles total. Kristen was with. She was eating my dust because they were behind our rig, and we tried so hard to keep the dust down too, but it was inevitable. But it was like almost 70 degrees yesterday, and for the middle of October, actually over the middle of October, to have weather like this is pretty awesome. we're pretty blessed to have this beautiful weather right now. Okay, so I'm going to take the 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 piece of Petal Pink, and we're going to place them onto that Petal Pink piece. Say that 10 times fast. Petal Pink piece. Okay, there we go. And wouldn't it be funny if somebody took our cards apart and see how we glued things? I don't know why I just thought of that, but I did. All right. Easy as that. Isn't that cute? And it just sets it off and makes it pop a little bit more with those extra layers. And then I'm going to go ahead, grab my dimensionals. And once again, adhere it then to the base. And we're going to put it right about there-ish. Looks good. And then I'm going to grab my Garden Green ink pad and my sentiment, which almost ran away. Ink it up. And this die, once again, is from Christmas Labels. All right. And then I'm going to grab my dimensionals one more time. We're giving these guys a real workout today, aren't we? And center it on the bottom of the card. And there we have it. In fact, I didn't even need my cheat sheet there. In fact, I hope I gave, oh, did I give, you know what? Before you guys do create, the Petal Pink piece is 3.5 by 3.5. The Garden Green is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. So if I said 3 3/4 on the Petal Pink, that was incorrect. The Petal Pink is 3.5 by 3.5. The Garden Green is 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then we cut that diagonally and put it on the 3 by 3 square that we cut diagonally for these two pieces. So sorry about that. See, I was trying to do it rogue and I messed up. So let's bring back our 4 cards. Once again. Whoops, helps if I put them right side up. Hello. Oh my goodness sakes. Maybe I need a nap this afternoon. I wish I was a napper because I would. But anyway, these are the 4 cards made with a 6 by 6 piece of designer series paper that we've done a one sheet wonder with. Pretty cool. I like one sheet wonders, and I have not done one in a while, so I thought it was overdue. But I hope that you enjoyed it. And again, if you would like all the measurements, please go to my blog in about a half hour and it will be posted, and I will have all the measurements for all the layers of all 4 cards, along with pictures of the cards, the supply list, which you'll find in my blog. You'll find it up above this post once I'm all set. And yeah, I think we're covered. Like I said, I'll let you know as we get into the week what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll try to go ahead and pre-record something for you guys for next Sunday, just so that I'm not rushed and I don't mess up and miss you all together. So I'll look into that now, see what we can get together. Anyway, I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. And once again, if you'd like to get the card class kit, placing a minimum order of $45 will find you receiving a card kit in the mail, and a $50 minimum order, and you will also receive a embellishment in the mail as well. I hope you guys had fun today. And you know, if you do try this one sheet wonder, I would love to see what you've done with it. Share it in my Facebook community. I would love to see you over there and sharing what you've done with your one sheet wonder. All right, guys, I hope that you have a great rest of your day. My goodness sakes, I'm going to get off of here and untie my tongue. But I appreciate you and thank you, and go ahead and make something pretty and get a little bit inky. Bye-bye.